Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I'll be reviewing a mini projector that I bought recently. It was actually for doing karaoke nights at home, and I needed something which is portable so I could take it around, and this is kind of the budget option that I figured out. And yeah, I just wanted to do a review on it because the specs of this, if you look at the website, are bloated up. And before buying this, I narrowed down the OEM manufacturer of this, and it turns out they weren't giving out the actual numbers, the actual specifications, and they were just marketing the bloated numbers that they could without mentioning the actual numbers, because the actual numbers tell a very different story. So if you go to their website, you'll see things like 4K, 5000:1 contrast ratio, 8-9 thousands of lumens. These kind of specs are just not possible. But what's the reality? The reality is extremely different, but that's the kind of stuff that I expected this kind of projector to do. You can't expect this projector to do what a true home theater projector does. So you have to manage your expectations. And I think companies also should do that with their spec sheet. They just write anything up, and since there are no regulations whatsoever, they can do whatever they want to. But I think that's unfair to the consumers that are buying it out. So let's get to it. So first, let's talk about the brightness. Brightness, this puts out, according to the marketing spec sheet, it puts out 8-9 thousand lumens. Now, that's not a standard unit for measuring a projector's brightness. The unit for measurement for this is ANSI lumens. And this, according to the OEM manufacturer, this puts out 150. And that is very low. And this is so low that if you are in a room and you put even just one light, maybe it's even an ambient light, the picture will just wash away. This is only for dark rooms. So before you buy this, just keep that in mind. When it comes to things like watching a picture or a movie, the room has to be dark. But if your use case is like mine, you just want to see some words on the screen, then only in that area, I would say light has to be a little low. Otherwise, the words are visible when you're, let's say, doing karaoke. So for seeing words on a screen and the clarity is in there, you just need to read those texts and that's it. That it does a decent job. But if there's light in the room and you've switched this on, you won't be able to see anything. Barely, I would say. And that experience isn't great. So for reference, when you compare it to home cinema projectors put out roughly 2000 ANSI lumens. And this just puts out 150. So you can see the big difference. So yeah, again, as I mentioned in the beginning of my video, you have to manage your expectations, what this little thing can do. Next thing is resolution and contrast ratio. Now the contrast ratio, what they've posted on the website, again, 5000:1, that's not true. It's not better than an LCD panel. You can see it right when you see it for the first time. You can't have better contrast ratio in this little thing than a 55-inch TV. That's not happening. So the contrast ratio, what they have stated on the website, I'm guessing that's maximum or dynamic. The typical contrast ratio of this stated by the OEM manufacturer is 500:1. So yeah, that's a huge difference, 10x. So yeah, contrast ratio is 500:1. Resolution that it displays in is 720p. And what they've stated on their website is 4K. 4K, it accepts it. It can accept a 4K signal, but what it will display is 720p. Nothing more than that. It's not capable beyond that. So they don't mention it in their marketing fluff, but that's the truth. So if you buy this projector, my recommendation on how to view it in case you plan on watching, let's say, movies or some kind of TV show, this cannot be your primary source. You can use it maybe once in a while. If you have friends around, you just want a screen in your living room and you don't have it in your living room, or you want it just for ambience sake. Apart from that, this cannot be your primary screen. It's not that good. And on top of that, the viewing distances also matter. You can't blow it up to 100 inches. The picture will look extremely degraded. You have to treat it like a portable 50 to 55-inch TV. And that's where it'll shine. And your viewing distance should be somewhere beyond 7 feet, because that's where 720p will be most effective, as you can see from this chart. So if you look at this chart, you'll see that for 720p, what the viewing distance is, where you are able to differentiate between 720 and 1080p. So yeah, follow this chart and be mindful that this isn't that bright. So it has to be a dark room if you're watching something. And one more thing. So I've tried this projector on different positions. So let's say you have a screen right in front of you and you are projecting, let's say from the side of it, let's say from the left or the right side. And you have settings in this where you can adjust the screen. But the thing is, there is only one global focus adjustment over here. So what it does is it'll focus maybe the left part or the right part of the image, and the rest of it will go out of focus. And the only way to make sure that your entire image is in focus is to place it right in front, like dead center of the screen. That's the only way to do that. If you put it on the sides, then one portion of the screen will be out of focus, and there's just no way to change that. Apart from that, if you look at this projector, you have an HDMI port. Again, it accepts 4K, so that means this is HDMI 2.1 compliant. It has a USB port as well and a power on and off button, and that's the power. And the construction quality is entirely plastic, but the hinge that this is resting on, this is very solid and it's sturdy. So it's not gonna rotate on its own. So the build quality, I'm quite okay with it. And when you do switch it on, it has a fan inside that's going to make noise. It also has a sound output, but I would say don't rely on it too much. Its internal sound is quite useless. Coming on to the software of it, it runs mobile Android on it. So on the remote, if you see, you have that cursor button wherein you have to move it manually. But if you are using this, I would say don't rely on the internal apps so much, and try to connect a laptop or maybe an external device so that you can project it on. That'll be better, and you won't get so irritated because the software of it is extremely slow, extremely irritating. The only thing that I've used its internal software is to adjust the screen size. That's it. Another thing, if you are planning to game on this, just don't. It's not meant for gaming. Don't even think about it. It's got roughly 100 to 200 ms. I mean, by the time you input on your controller and you see it on the screen, you can literally have one popcorn. It's too much. So anybody who tells you you can use it for gaming and you believe them, then good luck to you. So if it is so bad, what is it good for? It's good, honestly, for a second screen if you want. You have friends over, you just want to put up a screen that might show some graphics, or maybe karaoke lyrics are playing on this. It's fine for that. If you're planning to buy this as your primary screen, definitely no. It's a big no. I would say invest in a TV. That'll be much better. Even at this price point, go for a TV. Your eyes are going to hurt on this if you watch it for too long. There's just nothing good about it for long-term usage. It's okay if you're using it maybe once a week. That's completely fine. But as a primary source of entertainment, it's a no-go. So with this projector, I've honestly had my fun with it. I've used it, as I mentioned before, in my use case. I've even watched movies on this. And while it was a little irritating at first, watching it on a blown up screen, which is pixelated, no contrast ratio, no colors that pop, when you're sitting with friends, it's rather fun because it's more about sitting with other people and probably talking more than just watching the movie itself. So yeah, this is a decent product. If you manage your expectations, you can't expect the world from this. You have to set your expectations right. And if they are, it's a very decent product for its price range.